Spiders is a year 2000 creature feature directed by Gary Jones. A scientific experiment on board a space shuttle creates a mutant spider, but when the shuttle crashes, the spider breaks loose and wreaks havoc on Earth. But before we get into this arachnid adventure, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please think about hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. And if you do, make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my videos. It would really help me out. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your spiderweb flavoured popcorn and whip out your featherweight boxing doves as we dive into spiders. So the movie begins and, oh great, looks like we're getting another movie with fake CGI spiders. I mean, would it kill you to use a real one? And look at this title card, man! Oh, felt tip pens were all the rage in 2001. Then this scientist is like, okay, I have injected the spider with marmalade, put it into a fish tank, and now I'm lowering it into a bin. Don't know why, but I'm doing it! Then we see these folk at work in a NASA control room, and this guy is clearly waiting for the director to tell him when to start his performance. And action! I said action! Damn it, can somebody unpause Adam, please? Thank you. Then we get some stock footage of a space shuttle launch, because apparently building their own shuttle and launching it into space would have cost too much money! Cheap asses. Elsewhere we meet our protagonist, who I'm going to call Clever Clogs, because she's both reading a book and wearing spectacles. Anyway, the book she's reading is Great Expectations, but unfortunately it wasn't as good as she hoped it would be. And worst of all, I don't even think she got that joke. Ah, there we go, she's got it now. Then she looks at her watch and is like, oh no, I can't tell the time! Get out of my way, you bench dog bastard! And also, look at little Miss Armswing over here. Gosh, she has got somewhere to be. Clever Clogs works for the college newspaper, which apparently has its own full office on campus, which seems a bit much.
So sorry I'm late. I'm Marcy. And you are?
Really odd looking.
Do you remember where you landed?
We were beamed.
From Alpha Centauri.
Oh, I get it. They think they're aliens. And here was me thinking they were just bloody mental.
What's wrong with him?
My first thought would be a lot.
Anyway, Clever Clogs' boss thinks this is a waste of time and asks the weirdos to leave, telling Clogs to make a story on the space shuttle launch instead. After work, Clever Clogs meets her friends, Arse Chin Jim and Billy Goat, and set off to check out the location those two weirdos told her was a secret government lab where they keep aliens and the like. It's a fair drive away though, so Arse Chin Jim pops on his headphones and listens to some banging tunes. What are you doing? Dancing to the music, Ken! Come on, join in! Oh, alright then. Back to NASA, and they're watching the astronauts prepare their in-space spider experiment. But oh no! The spider has gotten loose because they had no safety measures in place at all! And everyone watching's like, oh, how did this happen? Well, apart from Humpty Dumpty here, who is more concerned about having a great fall.
What is the status of mother-in-law?
How the hell should I know? I'm in space, and I don't even know your mother-in-law! Elsewhere, Clogs and the gang have found the secret base, but there's a big electric fence around the perimeter. And let me guess, Arse Chin Jim is gonna fake being electrocuted, isn't he?
No, what are you doing? No!
You son of a bitch!
But then all of a sudden the space shuttle comes crashing down right in front of them, which is clearly just a miniature, because apparently they didn't want to crash a real space shuttle because it would have cost too much money. Cheap asses. The gang rush over to the crash site and Clogs says,
Come on, there might be survivors.
And what are we going to do if there is? Give them emotional support until emergency services show up? But they go inside the crash ship anyway and find some of the crew who are, to put it mildly, rather dead. They also find one fella alive, but he probably wishes he was dead as his ungainly appearance is enough to make a mirror feel sick. Then the feds and military show up, so Clever Clogs and her friends need a place to hide. And she says, quick, let's hide in one of their vehicles! They'll never find us in there! Then we see the sneaky spider crawl into the manky fella's spacesuit and lay an egg inside of him because spiders are really gross like that. But while the special agents are inspecting the shuttle, one of them accidentally stands on it.
What have you done? You destroyed it!
Aye, I fairly did like. Tell you what, we'll get it, pet shop, and I'll buy you a new one, pal. So they find the manky fella and take him outside.
We're gonna medevac him out now.
He's not going anywhere.
This man, he's going to the hospital.
Oh great, now two of us need to go to hospital!
Back to one.
Agent Gent confronts his boss about this casual murder, but FBI and Mabadi is like, shut up and go and grab me a hot chocolate. Okay, fine. Do you want it with marshmallows? What do I look like, a child? Of course I want it with marshmallows. So they load up the trucks, blow up what's left of the shuttle and drive to their nearby secret underground base. Dan, the door's stuck again! Dan? Dan! Oh, there we go! Cheers, Dan! Once inside, the soldiers unload the truck and somehow don't notice the 3 stowaways in the back. Once the coast is clear, they vacate the truck, but instead of going out the way they came, they decide to go deeper into the facility. So they skulk around trying to be quiet, but accidentally bump into these 2 barrels. What was that? Oh, it's just us, the radioactive waste barrels! Then they go down a different corridor and, oh, there's the barrels again. Those barrels were only hired for 1 day of filming, so by God, they're gonna make the most of them. Then they hear someone coming, so they hide in this room, which is full of all manner of crazy things, such as Stellan Skarsgård's head in a jar, a radioactive waste barrel, of course, and a loud chubby alien taking a nice little underwater nap. Aww. Our trio soon come across an operating room where the doctors are trying to determine how manky the astronaut is on a scale of 1 to... Once the doctors have left, our lot go inside and are like, the poor bugger! Even his shins have gone bulbous! Mr. Doctor and his colleague come back into the room and they're like, what the hell are you doing here? Huh? But then suddenly the astronaut starts convulsing before a massive bloody spider comes out of his mouth. Well, that's put me off from eating spiders ever again. Thanks a lot, movie. The spider attacks Mr. Doctor and gives him a nasty neck bite before chasing his colleague out of the room. Our trio are fairly horrified, as you would be, so they hide as all the commotion is bound to attract unwanted attention. And ha! Now there's 4 barrels! Damn things are multiplying like rabbits. So they decide it's time to leave and Billy Goat says, follow me!
I've got a good sense of direction.
Dude, you got lost while sitting on the toilet! Anyway, as he's dying, Mr. Doctor hits the alarm, so FBI the baddie and his goons take the elevator down to investigate. Oh, damn it. Dan, the door's stuck again! Dan? Dan! Oh, there we go! Cheers, Dan! They go into the operating room and Agent Gent says,
Oh my God.
I know, right? This room hasn't been dusted for cobwebs! Bring me the janitor so I can shoot him until he does his job! While looking for the way out, our trio finds some stairs going up, so they follow them. And suddenly the spider jumps out and attacks Billy Goat, who falls over the railing. Thankfully, Arse-Chin Jim catches him, but the spider bites Billy on the goat leg. So Jim whacks it off. Steady on. And the spider is like, not to worry, I'll use my webbing to stop my fall. So long as I don't hit that railing on the way down. But then we see the arachnid antagonist shedding its skin, revealing that the spider was actually a spider all along. Meanwhile, Clever Clogs and her friends take a break trying to decipher what the MIL on this door stands for.
Men in leather? Martians in lace?
Mother-in-law.
No, you dumbasses! It clearly stands for Mission Impossible! Oh! So they go inside the room and look at all the super spider research while Billy Goat hacks the computer because he's wearing glasses.
Get this, they injected that spider with alien DNA.
Okay, maybe there are more giant alien spider movies than I thought. Hell, I'm not complaining though. I love this shit. But Billy Goat ain't loving it as he sees there is no known antidote for this spider's venom, which has a 100% mortality rate. And Clogs is like, meh, could be worse. So Billy starts freaking out and runs off brandishing some calipers and sounding like me reading a Where's Wally book.
Come on, where are you? I'm gonna kill you!
Then as his face starts going all manky, the spider swoops in for the kill. His friends turn up and Arse-Chin Jim is like, oh no, it's turned Billy into a puddle of blood! Can you still hear me, Billy? What's that? You think Clogs and I should hook up? Well, we can't deny him his final wish now, can we? Meanwhile, FBI the baddie and Colonel are looking for the spider, when Baddie sees it down this hallway and says,
why don't you go that way and I'll meet you on the other side?
are you sending me to my death? No. Oh, okay then. Sucker. Back to Clogs and Jim, who find an elevator to the surface, but the damn thing stops halfway and it looks like it ain't going anywhere. So he helps Clogs climb up on top of it and he follows, but what kind of insane method of climbing up was that? I think you've been spending too much time at the jungle, Jim. So they climb up to the top level, but when they open the door, they're greeted by the spider, which is considerably bigger than the last time they saw it. And hang on, did that spider just make the noise from Virus? Oh, yes. Yes, it did. So Clogs and Jim fall back down the elevator shaft, but land on a conveniently placed web which wasn't there a few seconds ago. Clogs gets herself unstuck, but Jim can't get out and the spider is coming for its din-dins. He tells her to save herself, so she reluctantly climbs the ladder again as the spider turns Jim's insides into outsides. Clogs gets away, thankfully, but is haunted by the voices of her friends.
Marcy, we can't keep pulling this shit.
We shouldn't have come here in the first place!
Marcy, you're my best friend.
For God's sake, Marcy, flush the toilet after you've taken a shit, will you? Meanwhile, the troops are still looking for the evasive arachnid, but it finds them first and pulls this guy up with its webbing, before dragging off his mate, who sounds like me waking up first thing in the morning. Agent Gent is also searching for it and thinks, better take off my jacket. That'll improve my accuracy. but he's ambushed by Clogs, who starts attacking him with the metal pipe. And he's like,
Calm down or I'm not gonna hurt you.
but she ain't having it and picks up his gun before running off.
I ain't signed up for this bullshit.
I signed up for the excellent dental care and free hot chocolate. Elsewhere, FBI the baddie finds Colonel looking a bit worse for wear and says,
Colonel, what the hell are you doing?
I think I'm dying. Can you give me a hand? No worries, fella. I'll help you out. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to think that not every problem can be solved by shooting someone. Back to Agent Gent, who catches up with Clogs and disarms her, but she's still in a scuffling mood and they both fall into a big pool of gammy water. Gent restrains her and tells her to chill the hell out. But suddenly he's grabbed by the spider and dragged off. So Clogs tries to save him by stabbing the beastie with a pipe. Ow! One of my 8 eyes! Oh, how will I see with only 7 of them left? This gives them a chance to get away, but it's not long before they run into FBI the baddie, who says he's gonna kill Clogs as there can't be any witnesses. But Agent Gent pulls a gun on him and is like, nah, I don't think so, mate, because I'm a goodie now.
You can't kill me. I haven't taught you how.
With bullets? My one weakness! How did you know? But suddenly Baddie gets webbed, so Clogs and Gent leg it while the spider takes care of him. They make it to the elevator and Jesus! The green screen inside this lift is truly on another level. Unfortunately, that damn spider just won't quit and it breaks through the bottom of the lift. But the greedy arachnid bastard has eaten one too many people lately and it gets stuck. So Gent says,
Going down.
And hits the lowest floor button and the lift squashes the spider as it hits the bottom. Yeah, take that, you webby wanker. So they make it out of the facility and drive back to town. They arrive at the college where Clogs is going to turn their harrowing experience into a front page story.
Bill, have I got a story for you?
And have I got a story for you?
What the hell? How did FBI and the baddie get away, get back to town before them, and shoot her boss without alerting the whole building? Don't know, don't care. Just go with it. But then he starts to sprout spider legs from his back and gets the worst case of instant onset mumps I've ever seen. Before, boom, he explodes, revealing that he had this massive spider in him somehow. So Clogs and Gent run out of the building trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to them until an absolutely mahoosive CGI spider bursts out of the building. So everyone starts running around like headless chickens, bumping into folk and diving over things instead of going round them. Oh, and this guy who crashes his car didn't even see the giant spider apparently. Clogs and Gent decide it's up to them to stop it, so they find FBI and the baddie's helicopter unattended in the middle of a parking lot with a bloody rocket launcher in the back of it. Oh god, the convenience is excellent. So they take off in the helicopter and follow the spider. Now it's night time and the beastie is still wreaking havoc. Even the police are struggling to deal with the 8-legged menace, so they send in the SWAT team who are like... But obviously no one can kill this thing but our heroes, so they wait for it to climb up onto this building and Clog says,
I'll take the shot!
Have you ever used a rocket launcher before? No, but my favourite PS2 game is Red Faction. Hell, that's good enough for me. So Clogs ties a rope around her waist, but then the spider bashes the helicopter and she falls out. So now she's swinging on a rope from a helicopter trying to shoot a giant spider with a rocket launcher, which is just utterly ridiculous in the best possible way. And as soon as she gets a clear shot, she says,
Suck on this, bitch.
I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. She fires a rocket into the spider's mouth and boom! The beastie goes kablamo. So the day is saved. Clogs and Gent are really proud of themselves, and then the movie quite literally just ends. So yeah, end of movie, I guess. And there we have it, folks. Spiders is a schlocky B-movie blast, with fun action, great practical effects, and some seriously messed up moments. I think this is a thoroughly stupid and thoroughly enjoyable creature feature, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. Spiders 2 is a 2001 creature feature directed by Sam Furstenberg. A young couple lost at sea are rescued by a cargo ship, but their safe haven is not what it seems, as they soon discover the ship is an experimental breeding ground for giant mutant spiders. So the movie begins with a title card which has a serious exsanguination problem, before we see this fella dragging a dead body in a bag, and is about to feed it to this giant spider.
Time for din-dins, Webby Wilmer.
Oh, human again! I wanted sheep!
I keep telling you the internet sheep shoppers ran out of sheep. Now eat up and you might get a rat for dessert if you're lucky.
Then we see these dinghies heading towards this solitary boat at night, and they're up to no good, I reckon. But so are the folk on board said boat, as this guy squashes a big spider with his shoe, and then just sits down to play cards. Are you seriously going to leave that dead spider on the wall?
Xavier, where are those margaritas?
Well, you see, the thing about that is, make 'em yourself, you lazy bitch. But while they're having fun, the dinghy bastards have boarded their boat with guns, and they head down below like, okay everyone, be cool, we're only here to kidnap you, and eventually kill you. Oh, why'd you have to go and mention the killing, Tony? Now they're gonna fight back. No, they won't. And the barman's bad day gets even worse as he doesn't even fight back and they still beat the crap out of him. So they tie everyone up, bag them and then toss them into the dinghies. All except the barman, who may have finally caught a break. Oh, for fuck! Man, that's the best exploding boat effect I've seen since Carnosaur 3. I'm gonna have to add that to my list. Excuse me. There we go. Then we meet our protagonists, who are on their honeymoon. We've got Becky and Dominic on a boat, but then they notice something floating nearby.
What the hell is that?
How do you not know what a boat is? You're on one! So they go in for a close look and Dom says,
"Hello? Is anybody on board?"
"I am, mate, but I'm a bit crispy and well past my expiry date." So Becky takes some photos of the cops to add to her honeymoon photo album, but then they notice a storm's rolling in, and before they can say soggy sausages, they're right in the thick of it. And for some bizarre reason, Becky decides to sit outside and get drenched, while Dom sends out a mayday from inside. But when he goes back outside, she's gone! Somehow the numpty has managed to fall into the water, despite the waves being about as rough as silk bed sheets. So Dom jumps in to save her, but then the boat decides to sink because it couldn't be arsed living anymore. Wow, Dom! That boat was really shit. Yeah, it was. And then the two of them start swimming somewhere. Where the hell are you swimming to? You're in the middle of the ocean! Anyway, they soon stop swimming because it's pointless. And then they see a cargo ship nearby. So Dom whips out this weird little device which apparently fires flares but looks more like a toy you'd get free with a kids magazine. Luckily, the crew on board the ship see the flare and drop a ladder for them to climb up, which Becky somewhat struggles with. Try again, Becky! You can do it! Don't worry, I've got it this time! Yeah, I'm doing it! I'm doing it! A few hours later and they're on board the ship where they meet the captain, who I'm going to call Captain Moo, because that's the noise cows make. And he takes them to see the ship's doctor, because Dom seems to have cut his neck on the water.
If there's anything else I can get you, just let me know, and if we have it, I'll make sure you get it.
Do you have a tub of Ben & Jerry's? Yes, but that's mine, so you can't have it. But you said, no, it's mine! Then the doctor rocks up and, please can I have a doctor who doesn't look like he's going to use me in his evil experiments?
Well, let's have a look at you. Don't touch that.
Motherfucker, it's my neck! I think I'd rather take my chances with an infection over Dr. Menace and his assistant Igor Browse. Oh, and what's he doing now? Whatever he's doing, he ends it by really tightly nipping Dom's belly. Ow!
Next, please.
And then he does the exact same thing to Becky, with the extent of their complaints being,
Damn!
And neither of them bring up how mental that was, probably because the doc looks so trustworthy. Then after giving Dom an antibiotic shot, Toothpick Terry shows them to their cabin, where Becky says,
"Why do these things always happen to us?"
Okay, I get it, the boat was shit, let it go. Anyway,
I think maybe it's a sign.
No, this is a sign. No, that's a DVD of the movie Signs. I think you'll find you're a DVD of the movie Signs. I hate it when he does that. The next morning and Captain Moo offers Dom and Becky some breakfast. And she says,
"Hey, tell him about the boat."
Honest to God, you're not going to let this go, are you? So they follow the captain to the dining hall and Becky spots a rat running around.
What's that?
Dinner.
You're kidding, right? No, the rat really is called Dinner. Well, that is a stupid name for a rat, Captain Moo. Please, just Moo. No, you Moo. Yes, I am. What? And also, what kind of sick son of a bitch fills a joint of beef with carrots before cooking it?
That pisses me off.
Please, join me at my table.
Ooh, your table, eh? Some kind of table connoisseur, are you? But as soon as they sit down to eat, Dom's wound starts leaking. So Dr. Menace takes him away to have a look. So, Doctor, do I have a mouth? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Afterwards, Dom has a walk down this corridor where the ceiling is taking a piss in public. Disgusting. Then he finds a locked door, but can't see what's behind it because the window is more filthy than my search history. But he gets caught in the act by this seaman, so he says,
You speak English? No English.
But what you just said was in English. Ah, you got us, pal. I was only messing about, eh? Anyway, Dom decides to leave as looking at that monobrow makes him need to take his shit. Oh, God, that makes no sense at all. Oh, sod it, I'll keep it in. Later that day, and Captain Moo checks on Dom and Becky, who ask him, Hey, Captain, correct me if I'm wrong, but rumour has it that you have a moustache. Is it true?
Absolutely.
But then Dom starts to feel lightheaded, so they help him back to his bunk and Dr. Menace shows up again.
Excuse me, please.
I need to nip his belly immediately.
Ow! Damn!
So he gives Dom another shot and says he just needs to rest up for a few days. Becky is starting to have doubts about the doc though, so Captain Moo says,
"Don't let the doc get to you. He's the most qualified doctor I've ever met."
"And how many doctors have you met?" "2. And to be fair, the other one was a can of soda, but just forget about it. What's the worst that can happen?" Captain Moo then goes to speak to the doc and says,
"He's been snooping around. What if he figures out what's going on?"
By this time tomorrow, his snooping days will be over.
"And his less inquisitive days will begin. And end prematurely with his death." That evening, Dom wakes up after a scary spider dream and starts questioning what's really going on around here. So he goes for a snoop before his snooping days are over, and he ends up finding Igor Browse carting round a dead body in a bag. Then he checks behind this door to find loads of corpses on meat hooks. "Hey, any of you corpses know what's going on round here?" "Nah, sorry mate, we're just hanging out. Chilling." "Alright, you've seen a load of dead bodies. Go and tell your missus immediately." "But even if he did, where are they going to go? They're on a ship." "Actually, that's a good point, Ken. Seems to me they're in a bit of a pickle. A giant pickle." But he does tell her, and drags her down to where he saw the corpses. And wouldn't you know it, now they're all gone and replaced with meat. The next day and Dom is starting to get on Becky's nerves.
We are in danger. They know that we know. The only thing that we know is that they're not vegetarians. What does that have to do with anything?
No, that was actually pretty good. It's just a shame we're now halfway through the film and there's been less spiders than I've got in me garden shed.
There's something going on here, and I'm gonna figure out what it is.
He then continues the argument in the dining hall, but Captain Moo ain't having it.
Is there a problem here?
I know what's going on here. I know what you people are doing.
Igor, Mono, you're genetically engineering people with ridiculous eyebrows. So they take him away and the doctor gives him another shot. But now Becky is starting to question things too, as despite all the doctor's medical care, Dom seems only to be getting worse.
Will somebody please tell me what the hell is going on?
Don't worry. By this time tomorrow, he'll be a new man.
Now you see, it's saying shit like that makes me worry. I swear to God, if this time tomorrow he has mental eyebrows, I'm gonna lose it. So Captain Moo distracts Becky by letting her use this dark room where she can develop her honeymoon photos, while the crew take Dom down to the bowels of the ship where the doc does his spider experiments. And we see all those lot from the boat at the beginning in some sort of containment chambers.
You're sick, you know that? Totally out of your mind, off the wall, cuckoo bananas fucking sick.
Which is exactly how I plan to call in sick to work. "Sorry, I can't come into work today. I'm totally off the wall, out of my mind, cuckoo bananas fucking sick." Who are you talking to? The boss from work. But you don't have a boss. It's just you and I. Oh. Well, I can't come in today, Ken. Oh, Lord help me. Then once the captain leaves, Igor Browse whips out a cig, but the doc stops him from sparking it up.
No smoking. What part of flammable don't you understand?
Inflammable means flammable? What a country!
So he puts the lighter down and wheels Dom into the spider's chamber.
You know what to do?
Spark up a ciggy?
No, you idiot. Release Webby Wilmer. So out it comes and the spider crawls on top of Dom and impregnates him, which is really gross. I mean, they're not even married. Then the doc explains to Dom that spiders are immune to most diseases that affect humans, so he intends to make mankind disease-free by splicing human and spider DNA. The first step of which is growing new super spiders in human hosts, apparently. But not to worry, Dom, the doc has also created a vaccine, so you'll have something to save you at the end of the movie. Then suddenly she bursts open and a big spider crawls out of her. Bloody hell! This is like the Carnosaur of giant spider movies. I tell you, these mad scientists are all a bunch of sick bastards!
Bastards!
Back to Becky, and Captain Moo has set up a romantic dinner for the two of them, because he only has one thing on his mind. Man, I cannot wait for GTA 6. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and kiss Becky because I'm a scoundrel. But she's like, "No, dickhead, I'm married, so do one." Then she finds the door is locked.
Open the goddamn door!
And then the bugger tries to force himself on her, so she gives him a scratch to the face, a kick in the jewels, and then hits him with a drawer. And this guy's reactions are amazing. So she picks up his keys and unlocks the door, runs out into the hallway, and bloody hell, that's just a picture of a hallway!
Spared no expense.
And also, Becky sounds like me trying to find something decent to watch on Netflix.
Shit!
Captain Moo ain't taking the rejection well though, and starts hitting the wiki like there's no tomorrow. Unfortunately for Becky, she can't find Dom anywhere. And then old Mooey turns up again like, "I'm back, and this time I'm chiseled." You mean hammered? Aye, that and all.
There's no way off my ship.
Seriously though, I've been trying to find a way off myself for ages, but no matter where I look, It's just what? Then his lackeys turn up too, and they take her down to the lab. But on the way down in the elevator, she stamps on Toothpick Terry's foot, which in reality would do bugger all, but in this movie stuns him long enough for her to beat the shit out of Mono before stabbing Terry with his toothpick and running off. How on earth did you two let that happen? So Becky makes her way through some vents and finds herself next to this junction box, where she proceeds to turn off the power to the entire ship, and in the process opens every door on board, including the spider cages, which oddly leaves Captain Moo looking confused and really small. So he gets on the phone to his service provider and politely asks them to fix the problem.
Where the fuck is my power?
Thankfully, the ship's emergency generator turns on, but it's too late as Webby Wilmer is almost free. So the Doc and Igor try to close the door, but then...
Ah! Igor has been impaled. Please help, Igor.
Meanwhile, Becky finds Dom and helps him out of his chamber, but then she sees a spider burst out of one of the other test subjects, and realises that'll soon happen to Dom too. Oh, if only the Doctor had created a vaccine for such a thing! Oh wait, he did. But before she can get the vaccine, they're attacked by spiders. Then we see the spiders have got onto the deck and oh, they look very shit in the daylight, don't they? Elsewhere, Toothpick Terry gives the captain a call to tell him things have gone tits up, when a spider goes, hehehe, got your leg, and drags him away to his death.
Ah! Fucking spiders.
Even his death noise was brilliant. Becky and Dom continue to search for a way out, and past that indecent exposure ceiling, which is still pissing for God's sake. Oh, and they also find Mono dead too. You okay, Dom? Yeah, but I really need to take a shit all of a sudden. But unfortunately for them, they soon get cornered in the dining hall. Not to worry though, Becky has a flamethrower now because why the hell not?
You like that?
Of course not! Why would I like burning to death? Oh! They manage to sneak their way past the spiders and find the Doc getting ready to take off on a lifeboat. And even though he's got them at gunpoint, she still manages to knock him on his ass and take the gun off him! Then she demands the vaccine.
Give it to me.
No!
Oh, go on.
No!
Please?
No!
Pretty please with whipped cream and a cherry on top? Oh, go on then. Really?
No!
Honey, forget about him. I know where it is.
It's in the lab, isn't it?
That's right, you bitch!
Everyone in this movie is useless. Absolutely bloody useless!
My work will live on!
The last few minutes of this movie, like... Anyway, Becky channels her inner Ripley and goes back into the ship to find the vaccine. And after traversing the webby corridors and what appears to be a teenager's bedroom floor, she finds the vaccine, but is then attacked by Webby Wilmer, who chases her through these shipping containers. But Becky comes up with a plan, and opens this fuel container before finding, you guessed it, Igor's lighter from earlier, which she tosses into the fuel and stands there watching the spider burn, instead of running because those barrels behind it will definitely explode soon. Then she takes the hint and runs off back to the elevator. And hang on, is that one of the hazardous waste barrels from the first movie? Oh, God, I hope it is. Anyway, she makes it outside, hops on the lifeboat and gives Dom the vaccine as it descends. Then, oh no, the lifeboat is stuck. So they jump into the water before, boom, the barrels go kablamo, making a hole in the ship, which begins to sink and takes the spiders down with it. And by God, the visual effects here are terrible. Then we see a rescue helicopter approaching, and they find our courageous couple floating on a door, proving that two people can fit on one piece of debris, so eat shit, Titanic. But as they're being pulled up, this crate bobs to the surface, which contains none other than Webby Wilmer, who starts pulling them down. Then in a scene so stupid it's almost a work of genius, one of the rescue crew pulls out a grenade and drop it directly into the hands of Becky, who pulls the pin and drops it into the spider's mouth, making Webby Wilmer go kablamo McSplatto. And so the day is saved. Our heroes have a lal celebration smooch and fly off into the sunset like...
Damn!
End of movie. And there we have it, folks. And much like the first Spiders, I thoroughly enjoyed this one too. Don't get me wrong, like, it's not a good movie. It makes no sense, is outrageously stupid, and the visual effects are terrible. But I laughed my ass off all the way through it, so I can't really ask for much more. So, Spiders 2, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below while I sharpen my other senses by covering my eyes. Right, and now to navigate my way to the kitchen.